Guys, I want to talk about the importance of challenging your own ideas and putting a designated critic at the table to poke holes in whatever you're planning. A friend of mine sent me this killer article recently from the Stanford Medical Journal about the experimentations that they're doing to create agent-based teams using AI. And so it's a system of AI agents. It's not just shoving something in a chat GPT. It's replicating and simulating the very successful research teams at Stanford for solving big medical scientific problems. The best practice there is to assemble a group of people who are experts in their field. There's one project lead, and then always at the table, they put a critic. So there's a designated person on every research team whose job is to poke holes and tell them why it's not going to work. So when they create this AI system of agents replicating each of those roles, one of the dedicated AI agents' job is to be the critic and to poke holes and to tell the rest of the AI team why what they're thinking won't work. If they waste time chasing a bad idea, it is expensive. And so they've got to catch bad ideas right out of the gate. And I don't think as business people that we have that same discipline. And I think it is just so important to put a critic at the table. Always pressure test your ideas and try to get outside of your own kind of captivity towards some idea that you came up with just because you came up with it. It sounds good on paper. Similarly, I was talking to a friend of mine last week who started and sold a business. It took her 14 years, a very high profile business. And she's taken some time off and now she's thinking about her second business. And she said something really interesting along these lines. She was like, I'm too good of a salesperson. I can sell an investor on anything. And the worst of all, I can sell myself on it. And then I'll waste years pursuing this intellectual vision that I've sold everybody on. But that actually does me a disservice. And I could have built a way better business if I'd been less good of a salesperson selling an intellectual idea. And she's taking a very different approach this time. And I think in general, whatever you're trying to do for 2026, put a critic at the table for your 2026 planning meeting. Start doing that right now this week. Put a critic at the table. Point at someone at the table. You're the critic. Your job is to poke holes. It helps objectify the thinking all the way around the table, depersonalize things, cut out bad ideas from the beginning. Don't waste your time. And then the second thing I would say is what can you do over the next 8 weeks, until holiday to small scale test. So if you come up with, okay, these are the 3 directions we could go for next year to make really big revenue bets. What can you do to small scale test those ideas to get some data back on it so that you have a better % chance of picking the right thing to focus on? And just never have the attitude, okay, we're putting all the eggs in that basket because intellectually it sounds like a good idea. All right, guys, set a critic at the table this week. As always, good luck out there. And if you're interested in marketing, branding, building businesses, and building yourself while you're doing it, the shared humanity of work, follow me here, YouTube, Substack. You can see everything I'm doing at emilyhickey.com. Have a great week.